The reason why I wanted to make these videos is because the medicine we need is available right outside our door. When I started foraging, I was doing a nervous system series over on my main channel, Yoga with Melissa, about the nervous system. And on our membership community, we were talking particularly about the fawn response and the fitting in response. And it was so interesting because what was available here on Vancouver Island, on the south part of Vancouver Island, all over, was rose hips. And rose hips have many medicinal properties, but one of the medicinal properties that really interests me are the more spiritual and the more energetic properties. And this is me being maybe more vulnerable, coming out of the spiritual closet, a little bit woo-woo. This is maybe a little bit woo-woo for some of you, but this is part of plant medicine that really interests me. And so when I foraged for these berries, what I learned by sitting, having tea with them, meditating with them, was about how these berries, these rose hips, could support me in having better emotional and energetic boundaries. So come here, I'm gonna show you the inside. Not only when you forage for them do you come across the prickly thorns on their branches, but on the inside you'll also see there are these little tiny hairs on the inside. And if you ingest these, you can put them, they're also known as itching hairs, so you can make itching powder out of these. It's a big thing that you'll hear about all over the internet. If you put them down people's sleeves or you get them on your skin, they make you really itchy. But if you get them inside your digestive tract, it's also very irritating. So one of the easy things that we could talk about is that rose hips are like a mild diuretic. So for all the people that like constipation videos on my video, you could also use these to help you move your digestion along. So rose hips are known for being really good heart medicine, but because they have all these protective qualities like the thorns on the branches, and then even inside with all these little hairs, they're great protectors. And it's like they're known for being good heart medicine, and even our own hearts have these protective mechanisms around them. So anything also, I think, that is an immunity medicine, you think about immunity medicines like this, very high in vitamin C, is also going to be a great protective medicine. So I think it's really interesting to look at the energetic qualities of medicines and plant allies like rosehip and engage in their properties like that as well. I find that really interesting. So let's talk about making this into a tincture, because I found even using it as a tea, it had that diuretic quality for me. It's really, you got to be really careful with these hairs. So my idea is I'm going to make it into a tincture, and then I'm going to strain it super well to make sure I don't get any of these hairs. What I did was when I brought them home, I washed them all, and then I smashed them with a rolling pin on parchment paper and rolled them all out so that you expose the inside, which is where all the fleshy medicine is. And then when we pour the vodka over it, it will extract that medicine. So that's why they're all open like that. And then I dried them in my dehydrator. It basically took overnight to dry them like that. And then I put them in here. So then all you have to do is, once you've dehydrated it in your dehydrator, is you're going to put it into a sterilized jar, and you're going to pour 100 proof vodka over it, which is 50% alcohol. And you just pour it over top. And then once it's covered, I'll just put a lid on it, and then we're going to label it. And we're going to label it so that we know how long it's been curing. So I'm gonna put the date on it. For me, it's November the 2nd. You'll be viewing this probably way later because I pre-filmed these. And then I'll put it on my calendar too to check this in 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm gonna put this as Rosehip Tincture. And then I can use this tincture in in teas, and I could take it just like it is, and I can still use it in my meditation to really connect with rosehip serum as an energetic and emotional protection. But I'm gonna make sure I strain it super, super well. That's how you make rosehip tincture and how to connect with a plant in a more spiritual and energetic way. Let me know if you like that type of video by giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, and put "I'm interested in connecting with plants in a more spiritual way" in the comments if that's something that interests you.